You're listening to Heroes in the Moment.
What's up, heroes? I'm Michael.
And I'm Nathan.
Today, we're doing latest superhero news, part 4.
Part 4, baby!
So, super excited, and obviously, which is shocking, the amount of content that's put out week to week that we've been missing.
It's crazy. I'm sorry. I feel like we've been neglecting y'all.
I feel like we've been neglecting so much.
I mean, we've been doing stuff, but still.
Right. We've been neglecting a lot of this interesting stuff to talk about, because, like, holy cow.
I know, it's spicy, man. It
is spicy. So, today, the big spice today is DC with all of their crap going on that we got to discuss.
Yeah.
A lot of things going on DC. A lot of people are mad. A lot of people are like, I don't really care. Marvel all the way. But that's what it's been. So right off the bat, we have to go with the hottest take, I feel like, for DC this week, and that being Batgirl being canceled. What do you think about that?
Yeah, well, first of all, for the details, it costs about, what, $90 million to
$90
make?
million.
From what I hear, the actors had shot almost all of their scenes. You know, it was still in production.
I mean, and then not even counting the Batgirl actor, because to be honest, I don't know who that is. But I feel bad for Michael Keaton.
I know.
I feel bad for Brendan Fraser.
Well, they still got a paycheck.
Yeah, they did.
They still got a
paycheck. I
paycheck.
still feel bad that their movie didn't get released.
But
J.K. Simmons, I mean...
Yeah, I've been seeing a lot of outrage. To be honest, Michael, to be completely honest, I'm kind of glad that they're going in this direction. I know that's a huge blow. They already paid their actors, paid their artists. You know, they spent $90 million on this movie.
Yeah.
But from what I hear, dude, the early reviews were terrible.
Yeah.
Like, they were absolutely terrible.
I wouldn't be
People
surprised
were
this
bashing
movie's
it.
bad.
I know, and I do think a large part of that, I've been hearing rumors too that this movie kind of messed with the main timeline that Warner Bros. Discovery wants to keep. So if that's the case, number one, if the movie sucked, but number two, it just doesn't fit with their new, 10-year plan we'll talk about. Like, why wouldn't you cancel it?
Yeah. I mean, I understand that, but even though, like, it maybe, probably would have been a failure, all this stuff. Yeah, but it was still, like, done, and they could have still made, a couple million or so back, I would assume. I mean...
Or even, like, release it on
HBO
Max.
Which that was the original plan, is just to do HBO Max release anyway.
But think about, like, what that speaks to. They spent this amount of money, and they still wouldn't even release it on their streaming platform.
I do feel like a lot of people... are seeing it as completely negative and like DC's in shambles, but I feel like it's more like, well, you got to make a little bit of a fire in order to clean up a mess. So I feel like that's what they're trying to do. But it's just making a lot of people mad while doing it, because I've seen, the majority of people I've seen like on TikTok or Instagram or wherever you get your news, a lot of people's been mad about it and upset about this.
Bias.
And who knows? I mean, I'm sure Batgirl's not going to be that good. Wouldn't have been that good anyway.
Yeah.
But it was still a movie. It was still pretty much done, except for like VFX and stuff like that. But, I would have still enjoyed to have watched it and reviewed it. But I mean, I'm not I'm not mad as some people have been.
Yeah. Well, like I said, I don't really care much about Batgirl, but that's not the reason, I'm saying this. But to be honest, I'm just kind of glad that Warner Bros. Discovery is like finally like putting a stand on something. They're like, we're gonna do this, and even if it hurts us this much, we want to compete with Marvel.
Yeah, and I agree.
And I'm glad to see that for the future.
I am too, and I can see. To be honest, after this Batgirl cancellation, I would not be surprised if Blue Beetle was next. I really like the actor's decision.
Yeah.
But keep him for later and not his own solo project movie.
Yeah.
Because to be honest, I don't want a Blue Beetle movie, and
I think a show would be better.
I think a show would be better, or even just save him for a future. Bring him in like a Teen Titans show, or bring him in a Teen Titans movie, or do something like that, or bring him in a Justice League later down the road. I just don't think, a Blue Beetle movie right now would work, and I can see it being next to be canceled, if I'm being honest. But I don't know. We'll see what happens.
I'm surprised they wouldn't announce it at the same time.
Yeah.
I'd say, if it looks good and it just kind of fits what they're doing, they might just keep it and then just schedule it later on. Just keep it on the shelves.
But to me, though, I understand they're trying to get this plan together, right? They announced that they're trying to do a 10-year plan, like kind of like Marvel's. But if they're wanting to do that, why are they continuing with the road of the stuff that they already have? That's the confusing part.
That's
because
a good question.
There is no, what's the word I'm looking for? There is no connection there. Like Black Adam, and then you have Blue Beetle, and then you have Flash, and then you have, there's no connection.
Yeah, like why aren't we getting just maybe a recast or, a Superman story or a Batman story? Like, why are they continuing with that?
Right. So, and then of course, then you bring up a brand new Batman, and then you're like, what? How's that going to connect, and all this other stuff? And I'm just like, what is your 10-year plan if you say you got one? I would prefer it if they release all the stuff that they have. So, for example, that would be Shazam 2, Aquaman 2, Flash, whatever else they have, but Blue Beetle, however you want to do, even Batgirl.
Yeah.
Release all that stuff, get it done with, get it over with, and just completely reboot
And then start
DC
over.
with the Batman. That's what I would do if I was them. And that way their 10-year plan could make more sense, and they would have a 10-year plan, and that way they could be building it up to something like Marvel did.
Well, I mean, I guess who says they can't have those films, I guess, kind of fit in. Maybe they can still have that in the same timeline, but, just kind of, I don't know. I mean, I think Shazam's story and Black Adam's story will definitely build up into that 10-year plan. But I mean, like, who says, like, we can't have a younger, emo like Batman and the Shazam 3?
Yeah.
I do think it's confusing, but I don't think it contradicts itself either. So, like I said, I'm not sure, but
I mean,
I don't know.
I'm sure they're putting their heads together and trying to come up with this big plan for it. But for us fans, we're just like, it's hard for us to see it down the road. I just hope this 10-year plan does come into fruition. And then I do hope that it ends up being good and works like Marvel did.
Listen, I'm just glad they have a plan, man.
I know.
Instead shout out Warner Bros. Discovery. Like, thank you for getting some management. I know they got rid of this one. The one person used to be over it. What's his name? Hamada. He's in charge of the films right now. He's like, I'm so outraged by this Batgirl cancellation, I might just quit. And I was like, yeah, do it. You're the reason the movie sucks. So we'll see. But listen, I'm glad we have a plan.
Yeah.
They said it.
Yeah. So
they have it.
Maybe so. We got to talk about real quick also the issues going on, though, that a lot of people are mad about HBO Max and what's going on there and how they're trying to make this transition over to Discovery Plus and the mixture between the two streaming services, canceling a lot of series, which I understand the canceling of series that aren't doing as well.
Yeah.
But there's also rumors of them canceling series that are doing well and just getting rid of that content as well, such as Peacemaker or Harley Quinn. So I don't know what they're doing about that area.
Listen, I feel strongly about this because HBO Max is my favorite streaming service. Not only does it have some of my favorite content, but I love the layout. It's simple. Doesn't really crash much.
Yeah.
Which sounds funny.
Fair.
But, I freaking love it. Like you said, I really don't care much about some of the stuff that nobody watches. But apparently they've, gotten rid of, 70% of their
creative team.
Staff.
Yeah.
Which hurts. I will say their original stuff they've been producing is out of this world.
Yeah,
like
it's been good.
Westworld, Peacemaker, Harley Quinn, all that stuff. I'm a huge fan. I say, well, I mean, obviously James Gunn has already confirmed that Peacemaker should be fine. Leave the stuff that does well. Leave it be.
Right.
Maybe cancel the bad stuff. Maybe put your smaller number of creators now just on the better projects.
Right.
Focus on, I don't know, quality over quantity. And then with the whole, I don't know, Discovery, merge. Number one, I hope it doesn't, hike up the price like crazy.
I know.
Because no one will go to HBO to watch HGTV.
No. And that's what a lot of it is planning on doing.
Yeah,
is having a ton of HGTV.
Tell me, do you know what Discovery Plus has on their streaming service?
It's all HGTV stuff.
It sucks.
It's pretty much all. Well,
no one has it. I've never met a person who's like, dude,
I've never met someone
Plus.
Our age that has it, but I can see a ton of older people having it because HGTV is super popular among the Gen X
all the time though.
Standpoint. And I will say, I love watching a good fixer upper. I mean, Chip and Joanna, shout out, because that show's goated, and I stand by that. But on our demographic, that's not exactly what we'd want, is the overrun by HGTV instead of Peacemaker or other stuff.
And I will say, I don't want to see a huge format, name, or maybe just color change to it. I think in the end, that would just end up hurting them if they try to, merge the names or, I mean, it's cool if they put the content on there, but don't brand that content as,
I feel like what they'd end up doing is just
primary over
HBO Max, Discovery Plus or something. I don't know what they're going to call it.
Know,
or maybe they'll just call it Warner Brothers Discovery Plus and just forget HBO Max and Discovery Plus. Because it's now Warner Brothers Discovery. Yeah. So they may call it that. I don't know. Warner Brothers Discovery Plus. Or Warner Brothers Discovery Max. I don't know.
It better not be a mouthful. I'm not. Netflix is 2 syllables. Amazon Prime. Amazon. That's 4 syllables.
Disney Plus.
Hulu. Disney Plus.
Disney Plus. I don't know. Why are we doing syllables?
I'm just not trying to say a sentence every time.
So many sentences.
I'm saying.
But we'll see what's going on with DC. Maybe they'll get their head together. Maybe HBO Max will get their heads together. And maybe they've got something everybody's saying they're in shambles, but maybe they're not. In reality, they're just creating a better content page for everybody. But we'll see what happens with that. Nonetheless, I'm a little bit nervous, but at the same time, I'll be, an idiot, say I'm not nervous, but I hope in the future, I have hope for what they're doing. More DC news. Otherwise, we got a brand new movie announced as well, which is shocking with all this going on. But that being one that got, announced a few months back, but now we got more confirmation. And that being Joker Folie des Dukes. I don't know how to pronounce it. Folie des Dukes.
I don't speak French, to be
I don't know,
honest.
but it's Joker 2 anyway. Coming out October 4th, 2024. A great release date, by the way.
Exactly 5 years after the first.
Yes, exactly. And then Todd Phillips, of course, returning to direct, as well as Joaquin Phoenix reprising as well as Lady Gaga as Harley Quinn.
For the first time.
Confirmed.
It was cool. The little teaser they gave.
That was great.
Teaser. The look was great.
I enjoyed the teaser.
Tell them what you texted me about your little prediction.
So I think what's going to happen in this movie, and I think it's pretty much, it's pretty obvious to see that, is that Joker, will see him in Arkham Asylum.
Yeah.
Obviously, he's going to be, having that mind, he's insane. He's going to go through the motions of being in an asylum. Yeah. He's going to come in and in contact with Dr. Harleen Quinzel. She's going to be his therapist, obviously played by Lady Gaga. And he's going to end up, of course, planting seeds in her mind. And then she's going to end up seeing visions of them, singing together. Like, that's where the musical part comes in, I think. Or maybe he's going to have visions of them two singing together anyway, and just having musical moments. Of course, it's not real at all. And then eventually he brings her down and goes insane. And that's what the title's called, Joker Folie des Dukes. That means two insane lovers or something like that.
Really?
Something along those lines is what it means. And I think, of course, it's going to be about Harley Quinn emerging into this insane girl, and of course them both being insane together. Yeah. So honestly, that sounds good to me.
That sounds amazing.
It sounds like a great plot.
Dude, I can't lie. The first one was an absolutely brilliant film.
Yeah, it was.
And we've never seen Joaquin Phoenix do a sequel. I think that speaks loads. You have one of the best actors, probably a top 5 actor this generation. He's coming back to do a sequel. Todd Phillips returning. Lady Gaga, she got acting chops. We saw how good she was in House of Gucci.
Yeah, or Stars Born.
Exactly. I still haven't seen that movie.
Oh, well.
I know. I'll put it on the movie list. But dude, I'm so excited. I wonder. I assume it would take place probably pretty soon, after the first.
Yeah, because we see him after the first one, how he's in the asylum. So we'll just kind of get more from that.
Right back in. I don't know. That's why I freaking love DC. They're not afraid to put out the more different, I guess, content. I think this movie will be huge. I think it'll do just as well as the first one.
Yeah.
And I don't know if Todd Phillips will try to make anything expanded or he'll just stop with this one.
Right. I don't know. We'll have to see how it goes. But I'm excited. A lot of people, I feel like a lot of people at first were like, this is not necessary. And then they saw the rumors about it and they're like, oh no, musical. And then now they're starting to realize after that post, they're like, okay, this may be something.
Yeah, this is going to be crazy.
I think it's going to be
movie of the year, maybe. I don't know.
Right. Because I don't think it's going to be a musical. They're trying to think. I think it's going to be all in their heads, like kind of like the comedy in the first one was. So I think that's what it's all going to be. So I'm excited for that.
Woo!
All right. Now to make the transition over to MCU news. And there's a couple of things to talk about is a couple of rumors, a couple of brand new, apparently confirmed stuff that wasn't supposed to be confirmed, but probably was. It just planted seeds. But anyway, first off, we have to talk about Patton Oswalt, who plays Pip the Troll in the first Eternals movie, confirmed Eternals 2 on an interview on the Today Show.
Dude, if he disappears randomly,
Kevin Feige, we know it was you.
We're blaming it on Kevin Feige.
For sure. Because, man, I was watching that interview and I was shocked. I was like, he said that. He literally confirmed Eternals 2.
I haven't seen the interview, but listen, man, that's wild. You can't just do that.
He was literally like, yeah, we're excited. We're getting a sequel with Chloe Zhao returning. And we're like, whoa. Nobody knew that. That's not been announced.
I know. I don't know. We all saw it coming, too.
Right.
Like, officially confirming a movie, bro.
On the Today Show. Props to the Today Show getting that.
I know, dude. They need a raise, but the man treat him like Tom Holland. Treat him like
man.
Don't tell
poor
him
guy.
anymore.
Poor guy. I still remember him on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. as the 6 different characters he played, and now he's Pip the Troll. Giving out spoilers for Eternals 2. That's confirming it. So that was crazy.
He got a target on his back.
He's got a target on his back. Kevin Feige, you saw that video I sent to you of Kevin Feige just staring into the soul.
He's a scary man.
He's a scary man.
He got power.
So I feel bad for Patton Oswalt, but apparently he might be coming for Rosario Dawson too when this news that we got. I'll let you confirm that.
Yeah, so apparently she was at this Comic-Con type event, and this one this one fan asked her, and she mentioned that she didn't really get to work with John Bernthal for the Punisher series, but she's like, you know what, I think that's gonna change, or something along those lines. Everyone's been going crazy because apparently she didn't mean to let it slip, but
that could also mean nothing too.
That would mean nothing, but I think what's very likely is that we're gonna see her star in Bernthal's own Disney Plus Punisher show, which I'm excited about. I mean, they're giving Daredevil his own project. Why not give Punisher his own?
Right.
So I think it's hype. She also has a target on her back because that's all I've been seeing on Instagram recently. So
we'll see. I haven't heard anything about that.
Yeah, I just saw it like 2 days ago.
That would be crazy enough. And I would not be surprised if a Punisher series, because I did hear rumors of a Punisher series anyway in the works, and that it would be TVMA. Yeah. I've already heard those rumors and leaks, so it probably is true if Rosario Dawson did say that. Yeah. So we'll just have to wait and see what that's going on. So I don't know. All right. Next up is another allegedly confirmed show, and that being Moon Knight season 2 allegedly was confirmed in a TikTok. In a TikTok. So you see a TikTok.
Is that the one where they're on the boat?
They're on the boat, and the girl's like, "Hey, can you tell us about Moon Knight season 2?" And then the director was like, "Oh, I don't know." And then Oscar Isaac goes, "We're in Cairo. Yeah, we're doing Moon Knight. What else would be doing?" So
he don't care.
He don't give a crap.
He don't care.
So
I guess he's big enough,
Yeah.
He's a big enough actor for Kevin Feige not to completely assassinate.
I know, exactly.
I mean, it's well deserved. Moon Knight was one of the better ones we've seen.
For sure. So
he had the best performance I've seen.
Obviously, with that end credit scene with Jake Lockley coming into the picture, I would love to see a Moon Knight 2.
One-on-one battle. Jake Lockley versus Mark Spector.
And then Stephen Grant over in the corner.
Stephen Grant just randomly standing around.
Oh, sting like a butterfly. All right, let's go. Not even sure what he said. Anyway, but Moon Knight apparently also confirmed, which I'm excited because I did love the first season, so I would love to see a season 2, and I would also love him to see him in the future of the MCU as well. So that's exciting. All right, next up is another apparent rumor, and this, of course, is surrounding a big talked about person in the comic book world right now, and that is Henry Cavill. So apparently, it is another rumor that he will be playing possibly Reed Richards.
I have seen some stuff on social media about him in this movie. Listen, man, I love Henry Cavill, and I'll take him, in whatever I'll get. Reed Richards does seem like kind of an odd casting.
It does.
But I can see it, I mean, I guess he could always bulk down a little bit, because he's freaking huge.
Right.
But listen, if they confirm it at D23, I'm not gonna be mad. I'll just say that much. But that's not, I guess, the ideal casting.
No, I mean, it's rumored and all that stuff. But I'm just like you. I would love to see Henry Cavill in the MCU. However, I think I'd like to see him as Dr. Doom more so.
I know, and I've been hearing rumors about that too, because I've been hearing he's just rumored to make an appearance or to be in the movie. Yeah. That doesn't even apply that he might be. Right. Like, what if he's Doom at the end or something like that? And I think that would work fine.
I would enjoy him being... I think he'd be better for Doom than he would be Reed. But then again, I don't know. We'll have to see what happens with that. But I would just love to see Henry Cavill in the MCU, whether it's Captain Britain, Reed Richards, Dr. Doom, whoever. But, we'll see. Maybe he will. Or maybe he'll come back as Superman, which would be equally as better because he's the perfect Superman. So
I know.
I would love that.
That'd be weird if he's like an active, huge superhero in both of the franchises at the same time.
I know.
That'd be trippy.
Imagine. So DC did him dirty. Maybe Marvel can utilize him. We'll see what happens with that. Also, we got to talk about our apparent first look at MODOK from Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. Did you see that image floating around Instagram? A lot of people have been giving it hate. It was masked. I mean, there was a mask over the body, so it looks like a robot. It looks like a complete robot. A lot of people's been hating on the look, but apparently it was fan-made. It was confirmed to be fan-made, but it was a fan who saw a little glimpse of it from the trailer that was posted at Comic-Con and then sketched out based off of that. So it probably looks nothing like it.
That's just very unreliable.
Right.
They might not even use the one for Comic-Con, but memory is also very unreliable.
Right.
So, stop being a little tizzy.
Right. So if you're getting mad over that, quit, because it's probably not real and not his real look.
Yeah.
But we'll see what happens with that. I don't know. But I hope,
Jim Carrey.
Jim Carrey.
Jim Carrey.
I hope
Just
Jim
give
Carrey.
us
Or
Jim
it could be
Carrey.
Bill Murray under the mask. I don't know.
Ooh.
Apparently, there is a masked version of MODOK in the movie. Like, he looks like a robot, and everybody thinks he's a robot. And then at the end, they're going to have a big reveal where he's actually a face. So we'll see what happens with that.
All right.
So, all right. So back to DC. So I just had some just-in news, some brand new news I just got in my mind. And that being, apparently, Gotham Knights was canceled.
Yeah, I saw it on Soup's Twitter account a little while back. But that news was announced along with Batgirl, but I didn't get a lot of recognition as well.
So Gotham Knights being canceled, that's
On
shocking
Well,
to me.
It's CW, dude.
Right.
Like, no one was gonna watch it, and I guarantee that.
Oh, you mean the
CW,
show?
yeah, the show.
Oh, the CW show, not the
Not
game.
not the game.
That's what I
yeah.
was confused. Okay,
The-
so
the
not
show,
the game.
no, definitely
CW
not.
show Gotham Knights of the different Gotham people. Okay, that doesn't shock me
Yeah.
one bit. Then
Yeah,
okay,
like
All
I
right.
said, it hasn't gotten a lot of attention, but at the same time, the CW has been profitable in 10 years.
No,
so.
they need to get rid of anything CW at this point.
Like I said, that just plays into how proud I am of Warner Bros. Discovery for finally hey,
Yeah.
cutting your losses.
Yeah,
making
that
a
made
plan,
sense
so.
because I watched the trailer for that and I knew as soon as the trailer, I was
It's
like, that's
gosh
gonna be
awful,
horrible.
dude. It's awful.
It has they didn't even choose popular Batman characters to base it upon. Like
Yeah.
they didn't. Like,
Dude, they intentionally hurt themselves.
Yeah.
Like, oh, we want to show people to watch. Let's choose freaking, I don't know, someone that no one knows.
no one knows exactly. So that I'm completely okay with that one.
Yeah.
I was thinking you meant some Justin Gotham
the
Knights was
game.
canceled the game. I was like, whoa.
Holy, yeah, dude, that'd be terrible.
Which I know I've heard the game's had a couple problems as well, but it's not going to be PlayStation 4, which makes me mad.
I
'Cause
know,
you can't
it's
get a PlayStation 5.
I
So
know. Them things be a rare commodity.
They do. They're rarer than gold at this point. All right. So anyway,
More expensive too.
more
a little bit,
expensive.
yeah.
Yes, that's for sure. So that concludes the majority of the news this week. Some pretty bangers. So who knows what's coming next week? Because obviously, apparently, people can't keep their mouth shut. They're just giving us stuff. So keep giving us stuff, people.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to complain,
I'm not
but
gonna complain. No.
if you want to look out, for yourself and your family, you might want to keep your mouth shut.
Yeah, Kevin Feige.
He's
got a sniper on these people.
Dude, he
all right?
does have a sniper.
For sure. For sure.
What'd you say? All right, guys. If you enjoyed this episode, let us know by giving us a review and a download. Here's in the Moment is available on all major podcast platforms.
Woo!
That's Spotify, that's Apple Podcasts, Google, Amazon Music. Go
Yeah.
ahead, check it out. We appreciate the support and we freaking love you all. As far as our upcoming episodes go, as a lot of y'all know, I am Groot. It's dropping, was it Wednesday morning, right?
Wednesday.
And we haven't gotten official confirmation, but we think that all 5 are going to be dropped at the same time. Just
Yes,
a little
we do.
collection like the post said. So if that's true, all 5 are dropped then. I assume that we'll have that out Thursday morning.
Thursday, yes.
At least if they're short, we'll
Yeah,
have
a
them
little
all
review
breakdown
and stuff
of
like that.
everything. So tune in for that. I think it's going to be
Yep.
unique, going to be creative, going to be funny. I mean, it's Groot.
Of course.
know.
Can't go wrong. I'm Groot.
Groot. I know I was about to say that. He says that a lot.
Me too. He
So,
does say that a lot.
Thursday morning, check it.
Check it out. Also, we want to announce if you're not following our Instagram page, go follow us at Heroes in the Moment. Also,
Facts.
our TikTok account. I had to make a brand new TikTok account because I couldn't get into the other one. So it's at Heroes in the Moment with an extra T at the end. So if you want to go check that out as well, we're going to try to be keeping more TikTok videos and keeping you guys posted on there as well. Go check that out.
Facts.
And we just always want to thank you for listening, and we love you 3000.